Oh hey, I got some toys.
Welcome to DRD4 Garage. So I've got a bunch of toys in here that need some work to be summer ready, and got a 93, 92 Yamaha Warrior 350 that's been giving me some trouble with the back brakes. So we'll be riding along, all of a sudden the back brakes just go out. That's not very fun when you're on a trail. So today I'm going to be pulling the brake caliper off, as well as the master cylinder, and getting those reinstalled with a brand new set.
Okay, step one is to figure out what we're working with here. So I'm gonna have to figure out what size bolts those are, and then these clips look fairly rigid. There's another one back there, so these will have to be bent out of the way to remove the line. And then over on the other side, we've got the rest of the line comes into the master cylinder and is hooked up to the actual brake lever. And last but not least, on the other side of the quad, we've got the reservoir tank. So that looks like just a Phillips, so that shouldn't be too hard. We're going to start by using a 12mm to get these off. And I expect this to be tight, so I'm going to cheater them right off the bat. That wasn't too bad, actually. I'm just gonna grab an old blunted chisel that I've got. There we go. All right, now we can move around to the other side. For this side, it looks like we're going to need a standard 5mm hex key. Oh my gosh. That needs some persuasion. Oh, geez. That was kind of stuck. Oh, that one wasn't as bad. Just a little bit. Alright, free and clear from there. Now I need to pull this little cotter pin down here to be able to actually pull the brake lever off. But do I have enough clearance anyways? I don't think I do. I think I just got to bend this. Alright, so that pin was able to just be bent back a little bit. Now, maybe, just maybe, I can just push it out. There we go. Pushed it out enough to grab. There we go. Set right there. Set that right there so we can lose it. And now we are free and clear on this side. I'm going to take the cotter pin and just temporarily put it back in here so I don't lose it. Now let's move on to the reservoir. So we've just got one Phillips screw right here to hold the thing in place. Oh, that's buried. Ew, gross. Okay, so it goes straight down here and then behind the shock. Ew. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the reservoir off so I can route it easier. And then I'll be able to pull the rest of the system out from the other side. And in what you will likely come to find is a very on-brand move for me, I haven't even opened the box yet. So let's get this new caliper and master cylinder opened up, see what's in here. Oh, fun. Okay, so the lines aren't actually pre-connected, which is fine. New master cylinder and reservoir. This is at least connected. New master cylinder and reservoir, and it does come with a new cotter pin, which is nice. And then the actual brake caliper itself, and it's got pads in it. Shiny. Okay, so with that, it's probably best to route the reservoir and master cylinder first, and then we'll come back and mount the caliper and then connect all the lines Gosh, this seems so short. They both bend the same direction, so it's not really a matter of which one goes to where. Oh no, throwing washers. Sorry. Trying to stay on camera and be able to move my fingers. So I'm just gonna kind of finger tight that right now, but now I've at least got the line attached so that, gosh, that is so short, so short. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to the other side of the four-wheeler and feed the reservoir backwards up through here, and then we'll get that mounted, go over to the master cylinder, and then go to the back end of the bike and do the caliper. Well, that's fairly broken anyways. Just go through there. And we're set. Okay, here's our screw that we're going to reuse. You want to go snug, but this little reservoir it's strong, but it's not going to be bulletproof, so you don't want to use like an impact or anything on that. Okay, so we'll come around and fill that once we get the rest of the system installed. Now from this side, I'm going to reach through. There is another line right here. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm going to try to come underneath it. There we go. Gosh, this barely seems long enough. I guess it is. That's tight. I don't know that I love this kit. I mean, it could be better, could be worse. But I think we're all right. So I'm not going to go all the way tight on this one because I still need to pivot the top back a little bit. Looking at how tight this line is, I might just replace this with a longer line. It's just a little tight. It's probably fine, but it doesn't make me feel great. Okay. I'm not going to go impact tight on these and use my cheater, but I'm just going to go firm hand tight. Raise that up a little bit. That'll just screw into this body here. It looks like it's kind of getting stuck. Anyways, we'll come back to that. Okay, so we're going to take the brake caliper and get it installed, and then we'll come back for the brake line. So I'm just going to get these not even thumb tight yet, just to get the alignment. And then we'll come back and actually tighten them down. And then that's bad juju. What am I looking at here? My whole axle's loose. Well, glad I discovered that now. I did notice that the chain was a little bit loose earlier today. I didn't anticipate the whole axle rocking like that. Did you guys see that? Okay. Now that the caliper is installed, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this plug off here, and we'll see if this brake line is actually long enough, because it is looking super tight. Oh boy, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna go. Yeah, there's no freaking way. Okay. How the hell do they expect you to... This kit is for this four-wheeler. Amazon, you failed me. Okay. I'll have to return to this after I get a longer brake line. Man, everything's just too short. Alright, well, unfortunately I remembered that, we're supposed to go riding tomorrow. So... while I await a new proper length brake line, I am going to repurpose the old line. So let me get all the way under here. And this is why I had installed this line before installing the master cylinder. All right, the quote-unquote new brake line is off. And I'm going to pull the old brake line off of the old hardware. hydraulic fluid everywhere. I'm going to keep the old bolt for now, as long as it fits, which it should. But I'm going to pull the other end off the caliper first. So something that I noticed about this replacement caliper that I got is that it does not have the parking brake function, which currently on this four-wheeler I don't have that hooked up anyways, but interesting observation. Are we compatible? I assume we are. We're going to go at a fairly upward angle so I can still get at the release nub, but I'm not encumbering it. Go moderately tight there. I'm going to take the rest of the line, feed it back. And I'm not going to worry about getting it under the clips yet too much, but if it happens to go, it goes. All right, that's probably good. All right, and now, not that it's necessary, we're going to see if we can bend these clips down again, just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right, now I just need to fill the reservoir and bleed the brakes. I know, I can't see any better than you can. I can see a teeny bit better. On the side, there's little lines that say lower and upper to help you gauge how full it is. Oh, and I can hear it draining down. There we go. On an initial fill and bleed, you're going to have to keep topping off the reservoir as you're pumping fluid through all the lines. Got two things to do over here. Number one, I realized that I didn't actually hook the brake lever up to the master cylinder yet. All right, cotter pin out. Now I can pull this pin out of the center, line it up on here, and this is what I don't like, is that I'm having to lift the this up a little bit. So the master cylinder is actually partially compressed already, which I don't super love, but we'll see how it holds up. All right, and then I'm gonna reinstall cotter pin through the hole and bend to lock it in position. So now that we got this installed, we're going to bleed the brakes, and that's all the wiggle we need right now. And so the process is open it, press the brake lever, close it, release the brake lever, which will draw fluid down from the reservoir, and then rinse and repeat until only liquid is coming out of here. Open, press, close, draw. Okay, so I just heard some liquid. I'm going to go check the reservoir. Okay. Definitely needed to top off the reservoir. And here we go again. Open, press, close, and now I've got liquid. I'm going to do a couple of pumps to get the piston to actually extend. And now one more, yep, just liquid. Now, there we go. It is locking up correctly. So now I can go ahead and cap that. Put the lid on the reservoir. All right, the reservoir has two parts. It's got this little plunger cap. That goes in there. And then we've got the main cap. There we are. All right. Hope you guys had fun, learned something, and now I get to go ride this thing. All right, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you like this type of stuff and you want to see me work on more of these various toys and buggies, make sure to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.